Hello, in this video we're going to talk about why do we actually caravan? Why do people decide that they want to spend their time in a caravan for the holidays? Stay tuned. Hello caravan, motorhome and camping people. My name is Paul from the Robsons and we're a family of 5 from the northeast who believe that caravan time is family time and that caravan time for all of us, or that camping brings us freedom. Today we're going to talk about that important question: why do we actually have a caravan? Well, that's an interesting story because actually as a child I decided, or my teens, that I'd never ever want to own or have a caravan. It just wasn't for me. It all started when we were expecting our 3rd child. We'd obviously been abroad on the kind of standard beach holidays, but often as a teacher, if you go during the 6 weeks, that can be really expensive. And what we realised is that once Olivia had got to the age of 2, we're going to pay full price for her. So you're probably looking for a family during the 6 weeks, somewhere in the region of £4,000, maybe even £5,000 for a holiday. That was like what we were used to when me and Lucy first started going out as a couple. We thought, well, that's going to be quite prohibitive, and also we're going to get away once in the year, and we're probably not going to have the money to do anything else for the rest of the year. So as well as having Olivia on the way, my late father also passed away, which is quite a sad story, but it's bittersweet because actually in the end he helped us to buy our first caravan. So he passed away in about February 2017. And we already had a Peugeot 5008 that had a tow ball on the back. It was a detachable tow ball. Originally I decided and told Lucy that what we would do is we would go camping. We'd buy a big air tent, like an 8-person air tent, and then we'd go camping. And my wife Lucy was like, well, there's no way, Paul, that you can do that because I'm quite bad with hay fever and a little bit of asthma. She said, that's going to really kill your chest, and then you're going to buy all this stuff and then you're not going to want to go away again. So I thought, well, that's maybe the end of that. Then I thought, well, actually, I've heard about caravanning. When I was in my teenage years, my mum and my stepdad owned a caravan and went away everywhere with my sister. They went to France, went to loads of different places. So I thought, well, why don't I have a look? Even though I decided as a teenager I'd never want to go in a caravan, why don't I have a look at getting a caravan? So we looked around at some different layouts. It was all kind of coming from me. We looked at different things that we liked about the caravans, but obviously the cost was going to be prohibitive. Now, when my father passed away, he left me a little bit of money. Not loads, but enough in order to buy our first caravan. So we actually travelled all the way up to Scotland to buy our first caravan. It was a bit of a whim, and actually now thinking about it, probably wasn't the best way to do it, but we got our first caravan. What we bought was a Luna 546 caravan, which has the same layout as we've actually got now in our Swift 586. So clearly it was something that we really liked. As I said, it was on a little bit of a whim and maybe we should have done a bit more research, but we got a killer price, and because of the money that we inherited from my father when he passed away, that meant that it paid off all of the debt from our first caravan. What we quickly realised and why we really love caravans is that even if you've had a bit of a bad week at work or you haven't really enjoyed it, what's been going on during your week for whatever reason, you can on the weekend find a campsite, get booked up on the Friday, hitch up, bang, away, and you're on a holiday. We also found that the caravan brings us a lot of family time. It brought us closer together as a family, even though you might think 5 people in a small area might make things a little bit chaotic. It really brings a family experience and a really cosy experience where we're quite close to the children and to develop our relationship with them. Caravan sites as well are absolutely amazing for young people and children to develop relationships with other people that they've maybe never met before in a safe environment. Lots of campsites have great facilities, and you can go from paying £10 to be in a field right up to maybe £30 or £40 to have everything that's there. And it's not only about the young people or the children making relationships that might last for a while, it's also about us as adults talking to other people and getting that experience. One of the big things about caravanning is a really good community feel. People are more than willing to help. And even on our first trip when we couldn't put our awning up, a couple of gentlemen came straight over and said, look lad, we'll give you a hand putting this up. And 45 minutes later and a couple of teas later, we had the awning up. We've actually been to France twice so far. We're thinking about going our 3rd time this year, depending on what happens with COVID-19. And we actually spend about 1.5k or £1,500 for us to get to France for a family of 5 to have the best part of the 2 weeks holiday. And yes, obviously it is a bit of a drive compared to getting a plane, But you think about of a plane, you've got to be there 2 to 3 hours before, then you've got to get the flight. Then when you get off the flight, you've got to get the transfer anyway. So it is obviously longer go to France, but once you get there, you get amazing facilities, great pools, and you really couldn't tell, apart from obviously sleeping in the caravan, that you're on a caravan holiday. It's an amazing experience. And in the process, you've saved somewhere in the region of £3,000, and you can put that money either to more holidays or invest in your caravan if you want to get a better caravan in the future. The other thing is, because you know it's your caravan, you know exactly what it's all about. I suppose, yes, you could buy a used caravan, you don't know who the person who's had it before, but we know that the caravan is in the standard that we want it to be. It's as clean as we want it to be. We can clean all the bedding. It's all ours, so we know exactly what we're going to get each time we go away in terms of the experience inside the van. Again, with hotels, you don't always know what you're going to get when you get there. It might look lovely on the brochures, but when you get there, it might not be quite what you expected, and that could be disappointing. The other main key area for us was, I'm a teacher and we work quite long hours. Yes, it appears we only go 9 to 3, but we're often working after school. Then when we get home and the children have gone to bed, I can sometimes be working until nearly 10 o'clock. My wife's a health visitor. She also works long hours and has a lot of demands on her. Now what we found was, if we stayed in the house during the weekend, we'd still end up doing school work or work for Lucy's work. And that meant that the children didn't get the best time from us. And it's all about the children developing their experiences in a way that they wouldn't get if we didn't have the caravan to use and explore places. So one of the main reasons we have the caravan is it's brought a lot of family time. We're close together in the caravan, yet we've even instituted a couple of things that we do all the time that actually started in the caravan and now are happening at home. One of the big things is Friday nights are always full nights. That was something we started in the caravan and something we're going to do tonight in the caravan now it's back. One of the other things it's done, even though we live in an area where there are lots of National Trust sites, every time we go away, one of the first things we do when we're looking at sites is, where can we go for the National Trust? We have a pass. Obviously it costs for the pass, but we can use that as many times as we like. We hope that you can continue to join our adventures as a family. Please click the subscribe button below and the bell notification so you get notifications. Now what I'd like you to do is in the top left, there's a playlist of sites we've been to in the northeast, and in the bottom right is a video that YouTube will have chosen for you. Thanks for watching, leisure travellers. We'll see you in the next video.